Okay, I'm here with Guijing Chen. Guijing said hi.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, and Guijing has a question. If he wants to set up a web server at home and do multiple websites and hosts, he asked me, does he need a static IP address? Ideally, yes, you would need a static IP address from your ISP, and you could call them and find out how much it costs to have a static IP address. You know, some places it might cost more money to have one, maybe $7 more a month, maybe 20. I'm not sure. But oftentimes, a lot of ISPs will give you an address and then they won't ever change it. So it's kind of like having a static IP address in the fact that it never changes. So one thing you can do, a lot of people don't know what their IP address is at home. What you can do is, you know, they plug in their little wireless router and it works and everything works, and they're not sure what their IP address is. They just use it. So what you could do is you could go to a place like this. Let's see here. I'm going to Google it right now. What is my IP address? Right, and I'm going to search for that, and comes up with a website here called whatismyip.com, and it tells you in fact what your IP address is. So right now I'm doing this from the college, so the IP address that shows up is the college's IP address. This is your public address. So this is the address that you would go to. So if you set up a web server at home, you know, this is the address you would want to go to, let's say, all right, for instance. Now, what if you don't have Linux at home? Well, if you're not using Linux at home, let's see here. What you could do, I'm going to close this out, is let's see if I can move this window over here. What you could do is run like a WampServer. I don't know if you guys have ever seen WampServer, but that's a pretty cool program that will install Apache Webserver, MySQL, and PHP on your on a Windows box too. It's called WAMP, Windows, Apache, MySQL, PHP. So just look up WampServer 2 in Google. I'm making a Google search here, and it'll take you to this website. This is a nice tool, although I have to tell you that by default this tool is usually used for local testing and is not secure. So you're going to have to secure it, and so there'll be a little bit of work for you to do. But this is called WampServer, and it's a really great program. You can just go right here and download it for free, and it will install Apache on a Windows machine. I have it installed right now. I don't use it all the time on this machine, so I'm going to go to Start Programs, and let's see here. Okay, I'm waiting for it. Start Programs. Let's see, where is it? I'm not even seeing it here right now. I'm not even seeing where it's at. Oh, there it is. It's up at the top here. I'll fire it up. Okay, and I just started up. You couldn't see it because it was off screen, but here it is at the bottom. It's starting up right here. It'll start up and you'll get these different lights. And let's see here. It goes to red to yellow to white, and then when you have that now you can see in the bottom right hand corner it's white, that WampServer is running. If you click on it, you'll see WampServer 2.0, and you can go to Apache, and you can see that it's started. You can test port 80. You can install it as a service so that it runs on startup as a daemon, or let's see here, and you also have MySQL. You can install the service for MySQL or just stop it and start it. You know, if you wanted to stop and start, look, I can just restart all services, and now the web server and MySQL will shut down, and then we'll restart. Okay. When you have WampServer installed here, you can go straight to phpMyAdmin. And if you do that, and I'll open up in a web browser, the default is completely unlocked. MySQL root password is nothing there, just no password. Just hit enter and you have root access. So you have to secure WampServer if you plan on using it and making it publicly available. Let's see here if while that's starting up, I'll show you something else about WampServer. Firing up Firefox here. You see here, there is some test sites that I have going here, and this is phpMyAdmin running right off of my local machine. I thought I'd show you that. If you want to add stuff to your files, you go to your C drive and you navigate down to WAMP. There it is, WAMP. And inside of WAMP you go to the www folder, and this is where you'd put all of your pages. So you see here index.html. This would be my home page for my local WAMP server. And let's see what I have there. Index.html or index. And you can see I just put here hello Cisco class, right? And you can see here C WAMP www index.html. But if this server is working, I should be able to put in here local host, hit enter, and you can see same thing, localhost hello Cisco class. Or I could put my loop back, right, and same thing, hello Cisco class. So WampServer is running Apache Webserver and everything's working. Now if you're not going to use the MySQL server, you could just stop that service, right, because it's just going to be a security risk anyway. And you can find documentation online on how to secure Apache and what to do. Your best security is by having your firewall configured correctly, your Linksys wireless router or whatever you have at your home. So I hope that helps out. So if you're running Windows and you want to run Apache, I recommend WampServer 2.0. It's a lot of fun, it's pretty good, but it does need securing. Alright, I'll fire it up.